New York City's mayoral election now less than 3 months away. Self-described Democrat socialist Zohran Mamdani is gracing the cover of Time magazine now, highlighting his unlikely rise as a frontrunner. Time magazine is highlighting Mamdani going on a 5-borough tour, where the main message of his tour is fighting back against the Trump administration. The state assemblyman's policies have been widely criticized as something that would not work in America's hub of capitalism. Here he is in the Bronx yesterday defending city-run grocery stores. Watch this.
The plan to have one municipal-owned grocery store in each borough, 5 in total, is part of a vision of a public option for produce, an understanding that for far too many New Yorkers, groceries are out of reach, and the importance in city government of reasonable policy experimentation. It's not in opposition to grocery store owners or bodega owners. This is something that can together be actually used to increase competitiveness, as we've seen public options do so in the past.
Fox News Digital is reporting that a former executive for George Soros' Open Society Foundation, Patrick Gaspard, is helping connect the Mamdani campaign to the Obama world. The New York Times reports that Mamdani was introduced to the Obama campaign manager, David Axelrod. So we know that Mamdani had a phone call with Obama yesterday, Gerri, and he talked a little about what the former president had to say.
Well, and that is right. You know, apparently the former president was telling Mamdani, giving him tips on how better to hone his message. You know, I just have to go back to Mamdani's side there, where he's saying he wants to increase the competitiveness among grocery store operators. There is nothing more competitive than running a grocery store. Their margins are 2 to 3%, and to think that the government could be more efficient is frankly folly. This hagiography that Time magazine published, calling him a very elegant, gifted, less radical than painted politician, is an embarrassment to true journalists. And Axelrod also, you know, putting in the lowest standard possible for a politician, saying that, you know, he's asking the right questions. Really? Is that what it takes to run the city of New York? Somebody who can ask questions?
Well, business people have been complaining about Mamdani ever since he came on the scene, Mark. But it looks like when you look at these polls, if you look at everyone who is in place right now, Cuomo, Sliwa, Adams, and Mamdani's winning.
Yeah, and I mean, the Time magazine cover overall, in my opinion, is highly symbolic because it suggests that Mamdani is not fringe like maybe he was a few months ago. He's actually the new face of the Democratic Party going forward. And it turns out that if you are well-spoken, charismatic, and you promise to give people things without any clue as to how you're going to give them those items or handouts or benefits, you might win. You know, and that is that's probably going to be the Democrats' playbook going forward. And I've said this before, Maria, I'll say it again. I wish all voters were educated on just one simple economic concept, and that is the fact that the U.S. government, your state government, or your local city government, including New York City, they have no money. There are no free handouts. There's no such thing as a free lunch. You have to take money from high earners to even think about giving anyone any benefits or handouts at all. And if you start to irritate those high earners, you overtax them, they will leave. And then you have killed the golden goose, and there's no way to provide any handouts at all. It's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen evidence of that time and time again, and yet young people want Mamdani in place. It's incredible.
Well, yeah, because they want, just like Mamdani has, I mean, he's making $147,000 a year, paying $2,500 a month for an apartment with a market rental rate of $8,000 a month. Who wouldn't want that? Everybody wants that, but it's not a sustainable practice.